Hello, my dear viewers. What a wonderful Halloween night this is. The perfect time for a spine-chilling tale, don't you think? One that happened many years ago, on a night just like this. I call it The Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit. Now before I begin, let me paint you a picture of that fateful night. The air was thick with autumn leaves, and the moon hung like a watchful eye. 4 friends ventured into darkness, each one unique in their own special way. There was the brave one, always leading the charge into danger. Then the skeptic, who questioned everything she saw. The prankster came next, living for the thrill of a good scare. And finally, the cautious one, who should have trusted their instincts. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with what happened back then, in that cursed abandoned house, where the pumpkin rabbit first appeared, where blood stained the floorboards, and screams echoed through empty halls. You see, dear readers, every Halloween the house calls. They beckon to the young and curious, drawing them in like moths to flame. I can hardly contain my excitement. Shall we begin our story of tricks and treats, of fear and fate, of the return of the pumpkin rabbit? Happy Halloween, my dearest of viewers.
Everyone ready? Just emptied my bag.
Born ready. Already mapped out my route through Jebediah Street.
That's my territory, Billy. No way are you going there.
Guys, I have the perfect strategy.
Spill it then.
Ha! No chance. I'm not giving away my secret weapon.
He's probably just gonna run between houses like a nerd.
That's not exactly genius, Arnold L.
Bet he's gonna do that puppy dog eye thing again.
Shut up. I grew out of that last year.
Sure you did, mister. Please just one more candy.
Whatever. Anyway, timer starts in 2 minutes.
My mom says I have to be back by 9.
Same here.
That gives us exactly 60 minutes.
Perfect for the challenge.
Let's go over the rules one more time, okay? 1. No stealing other people's territory. 2. No begging for extra candy.
That's aimed at me, isn't it?
Obviously.
3. Winner gets everything.
We know, Billy, you've said it like 50 times.
Just making sure everyone knows what's at stake.
My whole Halloween candy supply.
Then don't lose.
Time check?
T minus 30 seconds.
This is so exciting.
May the best trick-or-treater win.
You're all going down, by the way.
In your dreams.
Everyone got their costumes sorted?
Zombie cheerleader ready to slay.
Victorian ghost coming through.
Vampire supreme at your service.
Werewolf gonna howl for extra candy?
Timer starting. Munram, dusra. First.
Go, go, go! 40 minutes in, and my bag is heavy. Let me put it on the ground and get a shot of it. Jealous?
No way you have more than me.
Please, I've hit every house on Melbourne Drive.
You guys are gonna cry when you see my haul.
How many houses, Billy?
Lost count after 30.
Cap.
Major cap.
That's literally impossible in 40 minutes.
Not if you Naruto run between houses.
Oh my god, you did not.
I saw him. He face planted in front of the Wilsons.
Billy, no!
Billy, yes! Aerodynamics, bitch.
Yo, guys, I'm not gonna lie, but I think I've gone so far that I'm in a totally new area of town.
Yeah, same actually. I don't recognize this street.
Holy, I think I've come across an abandoned house.
No way.
Huh? Are we actually all seeing different abandoned houses right now?
Yeah, I'm on Lock Meadow Street.
I'm on Napalm.
Pine Avenue here. Got an abandoned house too.
Oh my god, I just had the most insane idea.
Why do I not like the sound of this? What's the idea?
This is about proving who's really the bravest.
Just tell us already.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, so we all have abandoned houses, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately.
This better be good.
So I was thinking, since we're all tied on candy, how about we make this interesting?
I'm listening.
I say that we each go into our abandoned house, and whoever stays inside the longest wins everything.
That's actually kind of genius.
And terrifying.
Rules?
Simple. You chicken out, you lose. You stop responding, you lose. You run out screaming, you definitely lose.
What if our phones die?
Then you better have battery.
My phone's at 89%.
76%.
92%.
84%, so we're good.
Guys, this is literally breaking and entering.
Okay, Dad.
These places have probably been empty for years.
No one's gonna care.
If we get arrested, I'm blaming all of you.
Time limit?
None. Last one standing wins.
I'm so down.
Same.
Fine.
Everyone at their door?
Yep.
Ready?
Unfortunately,
Here goes nothing.
See you on the other side.
I can't believe we're doing this.
May the bravest win.
Now then, shall we begin our tale? It was a Halloween night much like this, when 4 young souls decided to test their courage. Jay, Rhino, Paco, and Ralph, the best of friends. The house stood before them that night, like a rotting tooth in a skeletal grin. Such a beautiful sight. The windows like hollow eyes, watching, waiting. Ralph was the first to speak up. I don't like this, guys. This feels stupid. But they all just laughed. Don't be such a baby. It's just an old house. The three of them were already at the door. Stay out here if you're scared. And so they left him. Poor Ralph, all alone in the dark. While his friends ventured inside, the door creaked open, like a mouth ready to swallow them whole. The three stepped forward, into the waiting darkness. If only they knew what waited within those walls. But that's the beauty of innocence, isn't it? Through the threshold they crept, dust dancing in moonlit beams. The house felt forgotten, old, corrupted. They walked through silently, all huddled around the flame of the lighter, as if the faint specks of light would protect them from the abyssal darkness. They stopped when all of a sudden, a blue glow caught their eye from the living room. And there she sat, the witch sheep, such a peculiar sight, a figure in a ragged dress, with the head of a sheep, rotting and twisted. Afraid, they hid behind the doorway, watching her with wide eyes. They thought they were out of sight until she snapped around to face them, her glass eyes reflecting the TV's glow. "My darlings," she cooed, "have you come to play?" The children froze, terror gripping their hearts, but the witch sheep just giggled, leaning down to look them in the eye. "I have candy in the kitchen. Be dears and fetch it for me." Two of them nodded, too scared to refuse. But clever little Reno, he saw something interesting. A book on the arm of her chair, ancient and bound in strange leather. While his friends shuffled to the kitchen, he snatched it, quick as a shadow. If only he knew what he'd just stolen, and what it would cost them all, or perhaps what it would show them.
Guys, you will not believe what I just found.
A dead body?
Billy, you twat.
What? It's a valid question.
No, but there's a tunnel.
No way. I found one too.
Are these houses all the same or something?
Nah, I think that's enough for me to say hell no.
You know what this means, right?
That we're all gonna die?
That this town has a secret underground network?
New challenge.
Oh no!
Whoever stays in the tunnels longest wins everything times 100.
I'm so down!
Already heading to my stairs.
Yeah, about that. I think I'm good up here.
Seriously?
Chicken!
Bok, bok, bok!
I'm not chicken. I'm smart.
More like scared.
Arnold's gonna cry.
Baby wants his mommy.
Shut up. I just don't think going into creepy tunnels is a good idea.
Fine, stay up there with your safety blanket.
While the real brave ones explore.
More candy for us, I guess.
Whatever. Just don't blame me when you all get murdered.
Drama queen. Everyone ready?
Born ready.
Let's do this.
Heading down.
No turning back now.
This is such a bad idea.
Bye, chicken boy.
Don't wet yourself up there.
Save some diapers for the rest of the babies.
I hate all of you.
These tunnels are so dirty.
Like someone dug them with their bare hands.
The walls are definitely not structurally sound either. This feels very sketchy.
You guys thinking what I'm thinking?
That some psycho connected all these houses?
Maybe they owned all of them.
But why make tunnels?
To move between houses without being seen?
Right, what the hell is this? The door won't open.
Lol. Wait, what? As in the front door?
Yes! I tried to leave. It's locked from the outside.
Very funny, Arnold.
I'm not joking. I really can't get out.
Just find another door then.
Oh well, why didn't I think of that? Everything has been locked, you idiot! And you know what's just great? There are footsteps coming from upstairs.
Arnold, stop it. Lying won't make us pussy out like you did.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Oh God, there's someone up there.
Arnold, that's enough.
I can see him at the top of the stairs. He's wearing some kind of animal mask. He has a cleaver. I'm so dead.
Holy Mother of Christ.
Arnold, time to run!
To hell with this.
We need to get out. Now!
Now what became of poor Ralph, left all alone in the dark? Kicking his ball against the fence to pass the time. Such a simple mistake. One badly aimed kick, and the ball flew into the pumpkin patch. He shouldn't have gone to get it, but children never listen to their own reasoning, do they? Through the rotting vines he went, straight through the wooden fence. Past the molding pumpkins, their carved faces grinning in the moonlight. And as he searched for his ball, his eyes were drawn to the house. That's when he saw it, rising from between the dead leaves, the pumpkin rabbit. 9 feet of matted fur and razor-sharp teeth, and unfortunately for Ralph, the ball was gripped in his huge clawed hands. And at first, the creature attempted to lure him in using it. But unlike the others, Ralph had a survival instinct, and so he turned and ran. The rabbit was quick to pursue, though, and as it chased, it laughed and cackled. Ralph was fast, but once his foot got stuck in a ditch, his one chance at survival quickly faded. Poor Ralph didn't even have time to scream. Once it reached him, it snarled. And then, with a ravenous passion, it tore into him like paper in a shredder. His screams echoed across the yard, but his friends were too far away to hear, too busy with the witch sheep to save their dear friend Ralph. Oh, but things are getting interesting now, aren't they, my dear viewers? While Ralph met his end in the pumpkin patch, young Paco was having his own adventure. You see, while searching for candy, he spotted something peculiar. A figure in the doorway leading to the stairwell, beckoning him. He followed. Up the creaking steps, past pictures of the past. To a door left slightly ajar, the sheep's mask peeked through the crack, giggling, teasing, and foolish Paco. He stepped inside, and upon inspection, the room was the far from comforting. And the creature that had lured him there grew excited. Slam! The door shut behind him. Click! The lock turned, and young Paco was then submerged in the void of nothingness. And in the darkness, a set of hooves began crawling about, and poor Paco. He screamed and screamed. But no one could hear him over the sound of ripping, tearing, feasting. When she was done, all that remained was a room painted red and scattered bones like breadcrumbs in the dark. 2 down, 2 to go. Isn't this fun?
I can't find the exit.
Ugh, same. These tunnels just keep going. Anyone tried the police yet?
No point. Something's blocking the signal upstairs now.
Huh? But we were just texting Arnold.
Try calling someone then.
Nothing.
My calls won't go through either.
At least we can still text each other.
How is that even possible?
Maybe there's some kind of signal blocker, but it only blocks external communication.
That's so messed up.
We need to find Arnold.
Already have done.
Excuse me?
Is he alive?
No, There's so much blood.
He's dead.
How did he get down here? He was upstairs.
That's the other issue. If he's down here, that means
The tunnels are connected.
And if the tunnels are connected,
whoever killed Arnold is down here with us.
We need to pick up the pace.
which way? We don't even know where each other are, let alone the exit.
Wait, I hear footsteps. They're coming from down the tunnel. Crap, it's him.
God, those screams. I'm gonna start trying to dig my way out at this rate.
We can't just leave her.
Well, then we need to find each other. Right now!
Okay. I'm in a tunnel with weird markings. Like someone scratched the walls.
I'm near some old mining equipment. There's a cart here.
Stay there. I'll try to find you.
No, you stay where you are. I'll come to you.
How will you know where to go?
I'll follow the markings. They have to lead somewhere.
Hurry. I'm scared, Billy.
Me too. But if we're together, we might have a chance.
And then there were 2, hearing the screams. They found a hiding spot. Rhino and Jay's breaths were heavy with terror, huddled together in the kitchen cupboard, hoping the darkness would swallow them whole. But the pumpkin rabbit, he had other plans. "Hey guys," called a familiar voice. "It's me, Paco. Let me in. I got away." But they knew better. They'd heard Paco's screams, so they stayed dead silent. But the rabbit only grew impatient. Crack! His claws tore through the wood. Snap! The door splintered, and there he stood, 9 feet of matted fury. But fortune favors the clever, and Reno had noticed something, a loose panel at the back of the cupboard as the rabbit lunged. They crawled for their life. Into a narrow passage, too small for their pursuer, barely escaping his bloodied claws. Down they crawled, through cobwebs and dust, until they reached it, a stairway, leading to the basement. Behind them, the rabbit howled in fury as they barreled down the stairs. But ahead, something far worse awaited in the darkness below. Down in the basement, finally, the 2 found themselves temporarily out of the rabbit's claws. But standing up, they found something peculiar, a funhouse. Perfect for hiding, or so they thought. They entered. Through the mirrors they crept, past the carnival music, into a room that made their blood run cold. Dozens of mannequins, all painted red with what they knew wasn't paint. Jay spotted a window. And with blood starting to seep from the mannequins, he desperately tried to break it open. But to no avail, and from the doorway, a familiar mouth appeared. First came the sheep. Then came the rabbit, immediately pouncing on Jay. His claws tearing, his teeth gnashing. But Reno remembered the book, the one he'd stolen, and as he opened it, the pages were filled with faces, hundreds of them, all victims, all children, including his friends. And an old image of the very killers themselves. Rhino knew what to do. He pulled out his lighter, held the book above it, looked the two bastards in the eye, and set the damn thing ablaze. The screams that followed were not of this world, as hundreds of tortured souls rose from the pages. They descended upon their killers, tearing, ripping, until nothing remained but a dead pair of sadists. Reno rushed to Jay, cradling his friend. We did it. We really did it. And for the first time that night, they allowed themselves to cry. The police arrived shortly after, following reports of screaming. They found the two children, huddled together, traumatized but alive. The bodies of their friends were recovered, along with the remains of their killers. The case was closed, the nightmare over, and as they drove away from the onslaught, a sense of peace swept over the two shaken souls. Tears continued trickling down their face, their friends' souls watching from the tree line. But it was over. They were free. Or so they thought. But you see, dear viewers, that was just the beginning. Because tonight, on this perfect Halloween evening, I'm recreating this wonderful tale. Poor Arnold. He screamed so beautifully. And Lexi, she fought harder than Paco ever did. But now, only two remain. Sweet little Stacy and brave Billy. Lost in my tunnels. Let's see if they can break the cycle, like Reno and Jay did. Though I doubt it. After all, I've had years to perfect my craft. And the hunt is far from over. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some children to gut.
Billy, please tell me you're close.
I'm sorry, Stacy, but I don't even know where I am anymore. These tunnels are like a maze.
Damn it! We can't die here, Billy. Not like Arnold and Lexi. There's a room up ahead, though. I'll see if there's something we can use in here as a weapon. It's kinda our last hope at this point. Oh god.
Are those bodies?
There's so many of them. And look at the walls. They're all missing kids' posters. Some of these go back years.
This guy has done this before?
Apparently so, but I just remembered something from biology.
Is this really the time for a science lesson?
No, listen. Corpses produce methane gas when they decompose, and we're in an enclosed space.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, if we ignite it...
The whole tunnel system would explode.
Exactly, and I have my lighter.
Stacy, no.
Oh crap, I hear footsteps. They're coming down the tunnel.
Run!
No point. I need to hide instead. Going silent. Don't text until I say it's safe. Okay, I think he's gone past, but I can still hear him searching.
We need another plan, Stacy. This one will kill us!
I know, but it'll kill him too, and stop this from ever happening again.
There has to be another way. Wait! I see light! An exit!
Really?
Yes, I can see the street.
Then what are you waiting for? Go!
Not without you.
Billy, please. Someone needs to tell everyone what happened here. About Arnold and Lexi. About all these other kids. You have to make it out.
I can't just leave you to die.
Yes, you can. And you will. Because you're my best friend. And I need you to do this for me.
Stacy,
Please, Billy. Run. Tell everyone. Make sure this monster pays.
you're the bravest person I've ever known, Stacy. The real queen of Halloween. All the candy would have been yours anyway.
Thank you, Billy. Now go, before he finds you.
My dear viewers, these two are proving quite entertaining, much better than the last batch. Little Billy thinks he's so clever, crawling towards that exit. And Stacy, sweet, brave Stacy, hiding somewhere in my tunnels. I must admit, they've given me quite the chase, but all games must come to an end. And I've checked everywhere, except one special room, my little museum, where all my precious memories are kept. And what's that smell? Could it be fear? Time to add another exhibit to my collection. Ready or not, here, I come.
I can hear him coming. His footsteps are getting closer. If anyone reads this later, tell my parents I love them. And I'm sorry about breaking Mom's favorite vase last year. It wasn't the cat. And guys, you were the best friends anyone could ever ask for. Even when you put that spider in my sandwich in 4th grade, the lighter's in my hand. I can see his shadow now. This is it. Goodbye.
Stacy. Wait! Don't light it! I found the signal blocker and smashed it! And guess what? The police are here!
What?
They're coming down! Our parents called them when we stopped answering texts.
Oh my god, I see them. They're rushing in. They're taking him down. They just tasered him. Again and again. Damn that prick.
That's for Arnold and Lexi, you psycho!
They're cuffing him. I can't believe it. We're saved. We're actually saved.
Come on, I'm coming down to get you. We're getting the hell out of here for good this time. Both of us.
You ready?
Just putting on my tie. I hate that we have to do this.
I know. I still can't believe they're gone.
Did you see the news this morning?
About Walton's blog?
Yeah, they found entries going back years. He was obsessed with that story.
The Return of the Pumpkin Rabbit. God, it makes me sick.
Police said he'd been planning it for months, watching us, learning our routines.
And all those other kids, in the tunnels.
They're identifying them now, giving families closure after all these years.
I miss them so much, Billy. Arnold and his stupid dad jokes. Lexi and her endless selfies.
Remember when Arnold tried to convince us he was moving to Mars?
And Lexi's terrible British accent.
They didn't deserve this.
But at least we stopped him. No more missing kids. No more grieving families.
The officers said we saved lives. Future victims who will never know how close they came.
I just wish we could have saved them too.
Me too. Time to go?
Yeah, time to say goodbye.
See you there. And Stacy?
Yeah?
I'm glad you're still here.
You too, Billy. You too.